James here, and welcome to week 3 of Flipped. I'm getting flipped, and week 3 we're talking about REACT. I actually use it as an acronym, and we looked at the book of Romans, specifically the 12th chapter. Very interesting as you see Paul writing to the Romans, and for the first 11 chapters he's writing doctrine. He's writing theology. He's writing this is how you should think about things. But then in the 12th chapter we see this transition from how to think to how to act. And so that's what I want to talk about. That's what I want you guys to talk about. I know I'm asking you to read basically the whole chapter, but there's so much in there. And with one sermon and one night of life groups, we're not going to get through it at all. But we're going to try to get as much through and understand as much as possible. So today, as you're going through your life groups, I want you to really wrestle with a couple things. Grace and mercy. I think there's such a big deal. And it's not only the grace and mercy we receive, but more importantly, it's the grace and mercy that we give. And so as we talk about REACT, as we talk about this idea of how we should live and what does that look like, what does grace and mercy look like in my life, what does it look like to become a living sacrifice? Who am I a living sacrifice to? How does that look? How do I become a living sacrifice? That whole concept, I think, is so important. And going through REACT and saying, okay, you know what? I'm going to remember who I was. I'm going to remember what God has done for me. I'm going to engage God in what I do, in what I say, and how I am. It's important for me to know that to acknowledge. I'm going to acknowledge individuals, their feelings. You know, feelings are never false. Whatever someone believes, whatever someone feels, for them is truth. And so we have to at least acknowledge those feelings, even though sometimes they may be totally irrational. And then, you know, we also need to care. We need to care for that individual. The scripture talks about weep when they're weeping, rejoice when they're rejoicing, be part of their lives. And lastly, to transfer. And transfer, to me, is such a big part of everything we do, that we transfer the grace and the mercy that God has given us, and we then transfer that to the other individual. So that's what I want you to talk about today. And I want you to think about how your daily life, how you react to things. Each and every one of us has maybe pet peeves. We have some things that can cause us to react poorly in certain situations. And so let me just ask you this. I'm going to end with this thought. How did you react when you saw my hat was turned backwards?